Hello friends, welcome back to Yoga with Paige. Today we have a nice, fiery, hot, and fun Vinyasa flow. So if you want to grab a block, we do flow through a decent amount of lunges. We have triangle pose, and we have an option to peak and crow pose. So whenever you're ready, this is all level friendly. I challenge you to challenge yourself, have fun with it, build up some heat, move that energy around, and just find what feels good. So we can get started whenever you're ready. We're going to begin today in bound angle pose, pressing the soles of the feet together, lifting the chest up high, rooting down through the sit bones, sending the knees down, opening up through the hips. We work a lot in this class through the hips and the PSOAS, the hip flexors. We're really going to release a lot of emotions, see what comes up for us in this practice today. So we begin here, maybe closing the eyes, just noticing the breath as it enters and leaves your body. Coming into the mat, into this present moment. We can gently blink open the eyes if we found them closed. Take the hands behind us, soles of the feet to the mat, and just windshield wiper the legs. We want to make sure we warm them up before we start a flowing, a moving with the breath. Beautiful. One more breath here. And then we can gently cross our feet at the ankles, coming into easy seat. Inhale, reach the arms up tall. And exhale, drop the right hand to the mat. Left reaches overhead, pressing away, finding this beautiful long line. We have a squirrel friend behind us. Hi. Maybe we'll come and say hello. And we're going to reach this arm behind us, and the right comes over, twisting to the left side. Waking up the spine. Beautiful. Exhaling back to center. Planting the left hand, right hand reaches over. Maybe we take our gaze to the right. Just bringing our awareness to the side body, feeling this beautiful opening, the beginning of our practice. And releasing, bringing that hand behind us, left hand comes to the right knee. Wringing out the abdominals, aiding in our digestion, our gut health. Exhaling back to center, interlacing the hands behind the back, bringing them down, the chest up. Sending our breath up to the collarbones. Just rolling the shoulders back, spreading through the front body. And on your next exhale, bringing the chest down, sending the hands over the head. Opening up through the back, the fronts of the shoulders. Exhale, lift the chest, gently release the hands, and turn to the front of the mat if we were at the side like me. Otherwise, we're just getting on all fours. So finding our leg positioning here, we're going to warm up the wrists first. So we can stay palms down on the mat, bringing the hands in a little bit closer than we normally do. So we can slowly shift the weight forward and back, gripping through the fingertips. Maybe taking little circles here, finding what feels good to your wrists, seeing what they need. Maybe the fingertips go out and we sway back and forth. And we have an option here, this is a little more intense, to come onto the backs of the hands and just gently lean the hips back until we feel it in the wrists. A few more breaths here, just taking special care of this part of the body that sometimes gets overlooked. And exhale to release, coming onto all fours, preparing for cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, round through the back. Moving with the breath. Starting to synchronize our breath to movement. Flowing at your own pace. Maybe it matches mine, maybe it doesn't. And we're going to meet in tabletop pose. Walking the hands out, tucking the toes, coming up into downward facing dog. Gently pedaling out the feet, making our way into our posture. Big toes together, sending the heels down. Taking a moment to find this length in the spine. Ears are by the biceps. We're sending the hips up and heels down. We have an option here to spread the feet wide, grounding through this left hand, taking the right and trying to reach for the opposite ankle. Otherwise, we can stay in downward facing dog. We can hang out in child's pose. We can release, ground through the right hand, reaching with the left. Maybe peeking under that shoulder. Beautiful. Releasing, coming back into downward facing dog. Bringing the feet together. We're going to inhale, lift the heels, roll into high plank, connecting to our core, and then rolling back into downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, lift the heels, roll, and coming back. It's a fiery one for the core. I like it. We're going to make our way to the top of the mat, however we would like to get there, and forward fold. Inhale to rise, hands come above the head, and exhale to heart center. Taking a moment here to check in, rolling the shoulders back. Inhale, reach up. Maybe we take a slight back bend. And exhale, dive flat back. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. We're going to pick up the left foot, stepping it back. Dropping the knee down, coming into our low lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. Interlacing the fingers, sending the pointer finger up to the sky or the ceiling, depending on where we are. Sinking into the hips, sending them down, feeling that left hip flexor already opening. Maybe we take the hands slightly behind the head, finding a little back bend if that feels good to you. And exhale, release the hands, revolving to the right side, sending the fingertips out. Arms are strong, pinching the shoulder blades together. Exhale, we can drop that hand to the back leg, reaching the left overhead. Finding more space in the hips. Releasing that hand, bringing it front and center, tucking the back toe, lifting up into a high lunge. Holding here, sending that left heel back. And we're going to grab onto the left wrist and take it over to the right. A little side body stretch. Releasing to center, raining the fingertips down. Planting the hands, coming on the inside of the foot, so heel toeing that foot to the side, coming into a lizard pose. We're opening up the hips today. We're seeing what's here for us. And notice whatever comes to mind, whatever thoughts, feelings, emotions, past experiences, let them come, notice them, send them love, and we can send them on their way. If they're no longer serving us, we can come down onto the elbows, or stay up on the hands. Maybe we're on the fingertips. One more breath. Coming onto the hands, gently taking that leg back and lowering down to the belly. Releasing the legs. Taking the elbows underneath the shoulders. Sphinx pose. Inhale, bring the gaze up. Shoulders are back. We're here for a few moments, taking a little rest if we need it. Finding our glutes active, decompressing the spine. And exhale, lower the chest down, taking the hands under the shoulders, pressing back to child's pose. We can take regular child's pose, or we can widen the knees, whatever feels good to you. Melting the heart down, coming within, always coming back to the breath, knowing that whatever thoughts and emotions come up for you today, you are not those thoughts and emotions. You are not limited by them, limited by anything. Inhale, lift the chest, press through the hands, tuck the toes, come back into downward facing dog so we can repeat the fun on the other side. Gazing at the hands, walking up to the tippy top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, flat back, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time, stepping that right leg back, coming into our low lunge. Inhale, release the arms up high. Exhale, sink the hips down. Still keeping a nice long line, knee over ankle. Thighs are drawing internal. Exhale, interlacing the fingers, pointer finger up, maybe taking a back bend. Noticing these sensations. And on your next exhale, releasing the hands, sending them out to either side, taking our little twist. Feeling strong and able, capable. Releasing the left hand to the leg, right comes above. Still breathing nice and deep. Exhale, release, coming back to center, tucking the toe, high crescent lunge. Here for a moment, sending that heel back before reaching for the right wrist and taking it over to the left. Beautiful. Exhaling through center, coming into lizard pose. Heel telling that foot. Surrendering to this deep opening of the hips. Finding some stillness and some silence, being okay with silence. Using your breath, sinking a little bit lower. We're going to gently take that left leg back to meet the right, high plank pose. Taking the right knee into the chest, planting it in between the hands, high runner's lunge, lifting the chest. We're up onto the fingertips. And exhale, we're going to rotate that back foot, sweep the arms around, warrior two. Checking our heel alignment. Grounding through the back edge of the left foot. We're going to release into triangle pose, straightening the front leg, sending the hips back. Left arm comes up. Nice strong lines. Keeping those hips back. Beautiful. We're going to prepare for half moon so we can bend the front leg. Make our way up to the top of the mat. Find our balance. Stacking the hips. Still reaching for the sky. Maybe we can find our gaze to the sky. Breathing nice and deep. You got this. Use those stabilizer muscles. We can bend the knee, coming into sugarcane pose, reaching for the ankle. Loving any wobbles, any wiggles, any falls that happen. And then opening through the hip, pressing the hand against the foot, using that opposition to help you open. Deep breaths. Challenge yourself today. And on your next exhale, we're going to release back into warrior two, nice and controlled. Feel how strong you are. And inhale, reach forward, flip the palm, and back, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill the arms around, coming into our runner's lunge. Planting the hands and sweeping that right leg back, three-legged dog. Squaring our hips first, then bending the knee and stacking the hips. Sending that foot, that flexed foot, over to the side of the room. Exhale, three-legged dog. Preparing for Wild Thing, bending the knees, sending it behind the leg, kind of tapping the hips down, then reaching that right arm up. We're on our toes here, opening our chest. Holding, opening maybe a little bit further. Then sweeping that right arm above, gazing at the left hand, coming into side plank. Strong and controlled. And pivoting back into high plank. Bending the left knee. Putting it in between the hands. Runner's lunge. Inhale, we're on the fingertips. Exhale, warrior two, sweeping around. Beautiful. Holding here for a breath, grounding through the back edge of the foot. And exhale, send the hips back, straightening the leg, tilting down for your version of triangle pose. It might not look like mine. That's totally okay. You might be on a block. You might be on the shin. Honoring our bodies. Honoring the time and commitment to this practice. And preparing for our half moon, bending that knee. Finding our balance, lifting up. Stacking the hips open. Chest is lifted. Maybe we take our gaze up to the hand. One more breath. And sugarcane pose. And bending the knee. Reaching for the ankle. And opening the hip. Sending that leg up. One more breath. We're almost done. Release into warrior two. Big exhale. Inhale, reach forward. Flip the palm and back, reverse warrior. And exhale, windmill around, framing that left foot. Three-legged dog, sweeping that left leg back and up. Bending the knees, stacking the hips. Pressing that foot away. Exhale, three-legged dog. Preparing for Wild Thing. Bending the knee. Pivoting on the little toes. Sending that left foot back. And reaching up with the left arm to find our back bend. Only going as far as feels good. Not forcing anything. And releasing into our side plank. Sturdy and strong. And sweeping back into our plank pose. Where we gently walk up to the front of the mat, toes pointing out. Sinking the hips down. Coming into Malasana. Getting my sweat on out here. Trying to get our heels down on the ground, but it's okay if they're not. No worries. We're just opening through the hips, lifting the chest, feeling grounded and secure. We're going to release the right fingertips to the mat, lifting the left hand above. You can come into a bind, reaching that arm behind the back, trying to grab onto the fingers. Still sending the pelvis down. Finding this twist. Exhale to release. Sweeping the left arm around, fingertips down, right arm reaches up. Taking a bind, if that feels okay to you. And exhale to release. Sweeping around. This is our option for crow pose. So planting the hands, turning the toes to face the wrists, grounding through the fingertips, lifting up on the soles of the feet, placing the knees as close to the armpits as we can, and slowly shifting our weight forward as we lift the feet. Extra points if you're outside, slipping in sweat, holding, using your core, gazing in front, and gently release the feet down, coming onto the sit bones, extending the legs, boat pose. Hands can float where they may, maybe by the sides, maybe up here. Maybe hands come to heart center. You're reconnecting with yourself. Keep breathing. 2 more breaths. And release. Coming down onto the back, soles of the feet together. Reclined bound angle. Finding a few breaths of rest here. Feeling your heart beat. Feeling your breath and your energy flow through your body. Maybe we built up a little bit of a sweat. Now from reclined bound angle, instead of bridge lifts, keeping the soles of the feet together, using the hands, the palms to press down on the mat, we can exhale and send the pelvis up, squeezing together, really feeling this opening of the hips, finding this fun balance, and releasing. You can try that one more time. Inhale and exhale, send the pelvis up. Good, and release. Taking the feet into the air, finding our happy baby, just letting the legs hang out where they want to. They've done enough work for you today, right now. Now we can just surrender to this calming, cool down part of the class. Maybe finding a gentle rock, a soothing little sway. We can hug the knees into the chest. Maybe we lift the head, give ourselves a little hug. Say, you did a great job. Thank you, body. And release. Letting both knees drop to the left side, finding a little twist. Releasing any tension we find in our body right now. Relaxing all of the muscles. Releasing any tension we may be holding in the face, in the shoulders. Gently coming back through center to take the knees to the right side. Noticing our breath. If it's back to its normal breathing pattern. Maybe taking stock of how we feel now as opposed to before we began. Maybe we were able to leave some feelings on the mat today. Things that we don't have to carry with us anymore. We can gently come back through center and extend the legs long, letting the feet open to the sides. letting the arms lie beside you, palms facing up. Enjoying a few moments of quiet surrender. Letting thoughts come and go. Relaxing the muscles of the face. We can gently come back into our body, wiggling the fingers and toes, making any movements we need. Gently rolling to one side, pressing up to a sitting position. Taking hands to heart center. I thank you for joining me in this practice today. I hope you enjoyed this fun Vinyasa class. Maybe worked up a little bit of a sweat. The light in me honors the beautiful light in you. Namaste. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this class. Let me know how it went for you down below. I would love to know how your experience went, how you liked it. And if you're not subscribed already, hit that button to never miss more daily free yoga classes. I will see you next time on the mat, my friends.